Sailor Moon is a feminist role model. Google defines feminism as the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes. On Sailor Moon, women don't have to sacrifice being emotional and having a sisterhood in order to save the world. On the first episode, we get to know Sailor Moon, aka Usagi. We get to see that she is a crybaby teenager that gets emotional on getting a bad grade, to when she hurt herself when her brother slammed the door on her. When Sailor Moon gets her powers, this is when Usagi meets a talking cat named Luna, who gives her a magical brooch and explains the power it contains. This is when Sailor Moon transforms. In the fight scene, she cries, scrapes her knees, and gets saved by Tuxedo Man. Instead of being impressed by her own actions when she eliminated the goon, she's smitten for Tuxedo Man. By the end of the first episode, we tend to see that the creator did a terrible job illustrating the worst female role model. However, Sailor Moon in itself had an episodic plot to them that built a bigger story over the course of the series. Her character development in the anime series shows she becomes more brave and confident, and then along the way she meets her girl fighting group, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury. They enforce Usagi's confidence by providing what she doesn't have. The climax of the series began when Tuxedo Man gets kidnapped by Queen Beryl and she turns him into a villain. Instead of Usagi having to rely on Tuxedo Man, she has to save him in the Dark Kingdom to fight him. Overall, the whole scenes in the shows highlight the different strengths women have that men don't. They are more in tune with their emotions, sentimentality, willingness to nurture, and they're not saying this is all women what they embody. It just so happens that it's one particular woman, which is Sailor Moon in this case. All of the females on the show represent confidence that one could argue more on the masculinity side. Sailor Jupiter doesn't need her superpowers to attack evildoers. Sailor Mars is not afraid to speak her mind, pushing herself to be even a leader, even in the group. Sailor Venus lacks the strength of Jupiter, but has the insane athletic ability that helps her fight. Sailor Mercury is not the smartest girl, but the smartest person in the whole school. The diversity with the girls show they are feminist role models. They let Usagi break the typical stereotypes and let her embrace her indifference. The creators of the show let Usagi break the typical stereotypes that let her embrace her indifference. They let her audience permission to indulge their girly interests without surrendering their sense of empowerment. Usagi taught us we are able to be the best version we are able to be. Within our own strength comes from those around us, build us, complement us. One does not need to necessarily rescue themselves in order to be a feminist icon, and that's what makes Usagi so relatable, especially to women and girls. And she goes through things that every girl goes through at some point in their lives. As Dr. Patty Payette said it, a coming-of-age story is a story that relates an adolescent's movement toward adulthood and the corresponding awakening to a new understanding of themselves and the world around them. And I believe that's why Sailor Moon is a feminist role model and embodies that coming-of-age story.